Hey, show. Show. Do you know who that guy is? Pick him up, it's Stan. I remember Stan. He was a good guy. Oh, Stan, he realised us. Hey, man, how's it going? He's dead now. Hey, everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In last episode... What did we do last episode?
Watch over them.
Yeah, it's been a while. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. In last episode, we went around Frontier Village one last time and took care of the side quests that aren't related to anything in particular that's right next to us. Anyway, though, before we head out, though, let's take care of a heart-to-heart. And this one, you can't do until events after Mechonis course happen, which is a really long time.
Yeah.
But I think it's time that these chaps had a bit of a retrospective. And it's been a while since that fateful day in Colony 9. How about we have the two main characters reminisce a little bit, perhaps? Sure, you remember that day? You know, the day we set out on this whole adventure? Yeah, how could I forget? It's unforgettable, alright. All that stuff happened all at once. No one could have predicted it. It makes me wonder though, what if I had already figured out the Monado before then? Could have been very different. I know what happened, but so many people have gone through so much pain. I wish I could have prevented it all. I know how I feel, but what of all the negativity? I can't help it. Think about the people we lost. Too many if you ask me. No wrong. We lost Ego just as we were coming to an understanding. But don't you get the feeling it was always going to be that way? He seemed satisfied at the end. Like he'd done everything he could. He gave his all for us. And he gave us hope. Of course he did, mate. And to think, he had it in for us all. Then you went and saved us. That shocked me almost as much as you. That's why we can't give up. So Ego's sacrifice wasn't in vain. We're gonna win this one, show for Ego. And we won't forget the others who give of their lives. Make them all proud. New future in their name. That's a promise to them. And that no one will ever have to suffer through this again. I'm right with you, show. It's nice and sweet, and it kind of shows how far these two have come. From bickering at the start to now saying, you know what, Shulk, let's save the world. In fact, that's what they do if you choose an ultimate path. And they'll also talk about promises as well. You can't think like that, mate. Even if you've been able to say the future way back then. Who would say we'd stop what happened to the colony? I know, but I can't help but thinking about it. Thinking what we could have done if I'd only understood the Monado. Suppose. That could have helped a lot, actually. Not just for us. Homs and for all the colonies might have been safer. Exactly. So you see why this is such a big deal to me. Line up. It's in the past. I know I'm being hard on myself. But I know what I have to do, and nothing's going to change that. So don't worry. I'm not worried. In fact, I think you're doing a bang-up job. But you gotta realize that not everything's your fault, man. There are some things even you can't fix. I'm not that conceited. I know I can't do everything. Good to hear. And at least we had a good reason to come on this big old adventure. Yeah. So as a no one has to go through what we did. I can't rely on Monado for everything. I have to keep going. Keep fighting. That's spirit, man. What does a dumb man last to say? We gotta seize our destiny. Whatever kind of destiny we pick, it'll be the best one ever. I'm glad you're here to help me, Ryan. I couldn't do it alone. Alone? Mate, we got the whole entire world fighting on our side.
Apart from Zanza.
and McConis. That's dead now. You're right. Okay. I won't let myself feel down about this anymore. Everyone's counting on us. Let's go. Sweet. The camaraderie, and you can say the boys are back in town. This is one of the heart-to-hearts that I really do love every option. So much so, we are going to do something that we've never done before in this series. We are going to show every aspect of how that heart-to-heart can go. Two you've seen, they are amongst our favourites as well as the straight positive. But if you want to see how the other two routes go, stick around to the end of the episode and you'll get to see it. How Shulk and Ryan connect in every single way. And that to me is one of my favourite heart-to-hearts because all the options just fit so much with these two lovable boys. But you know what? I think Colony 6 is due for an upgrade. So much so, what kind of upgrade? The one that makes the money, baby. Juju, as much as I hate you, and as much as useless as you were in defending this great colony, let's fix up the shops one more time.
And a song chain.
There we are. And so much so that we get Titan Arms with Pierce Resist, which is a very unique piece of armor that you do not get all too often. And of course we get the Ether Plants that are being attacked on Splintered Path. So we gonna take care of that now or in a bit?
We'll take care of that now.
Okay, and there are a few more things that have opened up to you, including a few special things. But we're not gonna get stuck on that now. For now, let's head back to Splintered Path. And as we look on, things have definitely changed. The Hoxes and Arachnos, they are no longer around. They've been smited.
By the Lorithia.
Yep. And it kind of goes to show that it's not just Homs and everyone else that Zanza's after. He wants everything gone. So at least we can hope that the territorial Rotbart has met his fate once again. And every other enemy who we absolutely hate.
You'd think Zanza would prefer the territorial Rotbart because he's bigger than all of us Homs.
But anyway, on that note of Zanza, I just want to admire something really quick about the story for a second. And this is something that I don't think I've ever told you, Alice, but I'm going to say it now. When we first played this game, I noticed through every single cutscene in which there was a major character death or something that was dramatic happening where the Monado was needed. What has been one of the key points in each of those scenes? Apart from engage the enemy or you will know our names playing.
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I'll say one thing. It also showed back when Dunban was wielding the Monado. Now, I know it could be down to a gameplay mechanic, and that's probably what it is, but when I first saw each of those cutscenes, I'll give an example. When Fiora died in Colony 9, when Charlotte realised that everyone had died in the central pit.
Oh, blood.
Yeah, blood, and not to mention, the Monado always glowed purple. Each during those times. Now, when I first played that game and saw those scenes, because it tended to focus on it ever so often, especially during Shulk's vision at the very start of the game as soon as he picked up the Monado. Those scenes were in that vision. And when I first saw that, I thought, oh, the Monado is inflicting rage. I thought the Monado was temporarily taking control of people and inflicting destructive emotions on there. And And I thought, oh, you know what? Anyway, that's a nice little detail. And I thought, oh, you know what? It might be the Monado that causes problems, so on and so forth. As she'll get pushed against the wall. And they always drop a silver chest, just so you know, and always drop the Taurus set. Anyway. When I first played this, I thought, you know, the Monado's going to be a point of contention. But it took me by surprise when I realized, oh, it's not the Monado itself. It's actually, you know, a guard inside the Monado. That I did not see coming.
It's not the purple aura of enchant, because those are all, that's what color it is for mech aura.
I know. Like I said, it's probably a gameplay mechanic weaving into the narrative. But when I saw that for the first time and that color kept on coming up, I thought, oh, that's kind of a unique detail that never changes. I wonder if they're going to draw attention to that. But I don't know. I will say, it definitely surprised me, and for narrative writing, I'll give it points. I mean, no points besides the effective Dixon portrayal, the reveal of Zanza, the Telephy and High-Entium mix. Oh yeah, all those get points. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, what sticks out to me is in the beginning when Shulk said something and Ryan's like, that's not like you to say that, because Shulk's like, I'm gonna avenge all the Mechon, and Ryan noticed that's not like him to say that, and I thought, oh, that's Zanza talking there.
It's even and even Shulk says during that scene as well that he hears two voices in his head. I think it's fair to say that, yeah, sure, that was Zanza. And also, just for a little bit more evil points for Zanza, the dream that Shulk kept having, and him seeing himself above ground, that's essentially Shulk seeing himself die and Zanza taking his place. He's killing a child and then possessing that child's body.
Yeah, because like I never understood that scene until recently. Like, that kid is Zanza saying that. You're not here, not anymore.
Yeah, sure. And that's Zanza just saying, hey, it's my body now. Go die.
Yeah, I never understood that at first. It's like, what does that mean?
When really think about it, yeah, that's kind of morbid.
Yeah.
Zanza is essentially talking to a child saying, you're dead now. I just killed a child. Yep, sure, I've got work to do. Again, just those little bits is what make villains so effective, especially early on. But now that's all done, I think it's time. We talked about ego sacrifice early on. Well, let's head straight for it. And also, fun fact, if you were to go to the Fallen Arm and do things, yeah, Junks would be there too.
Would McCall?
Yeah, because he's in Junks.
I mean, because like as I mentioned before, I noticed that if you go to the Fallen Arm, the arrow is not pointing to Junks in the Fallen Arm. Well,
but he's there. I think, at least.
Oh, no.
Let's just say Junks can teleport. Ready to fly into the Bionis. Shall we head there? Now, just so you know, this is not a point of no return. You can come back at any time, but for narrative's sake, yeah, let's do it.
It's the inside of the Bionis.
It looks quite different from when we entered via the marsh.
The Bionis is regaining its biological functions.
Must be because Zanza woke it up. Then we find Zanza and stop him.
Simple and to the point. I like it. Here we have inside the Bionis. And like Dumban mentioned, not only does it look different, but now the soundtrack is different. This is now the official Bionis interior. And just so you know, yes, the little liquids on the side, they can hurt you because guess what? They're ether. It takes a while, but once it hits, yeah. But in case you need to hesitate, the merchants are still here and are probably freaked out.
Yeah.
But now there are other things that have been unlocked. Vinaya, please show us.
Is the replica Monado to your satisfaction? There is something that I have not yet told you. There are 5 other prototypes in addition to the replica I gave you.
Could you go into more detail? I like new toys.
I can make them if you have the time and necessary materials. What do you think? Would you like me to make them?
Yes?
Please take these 5 designs. They are prototypes and may be somewhat difficult to wield. They must be used correctly, but once mastered, they're truly formidable weapons indeed.
This is such fun because now Shulk finally gets a lot of quests dumped on him all at once, but now he actually gets a bit more of flexible ability in terms of his fighting style. As you can probably tell, we have a lot of replica Monado parts for each one. Now, each of them are not really all the same. They each focus on different aspects, but we shall focus on that at different times. Because as you can see, we've got a lot to collect in a lot of places.
Yeah.
But for now, we don't need it. As it stands right now, the replica Monado that you have right now, it's perfectly serviceable, it's perfectly fine. So let's not waste any more time and let's head in. And words will be quiet. Let's listen to this eerie soundtrack. Welcome to the Bionis interior. And the first lung, that's also morbid.
You look well, Your Highness.
That voice. It's Lorithia. Show yourself.
Look at that. The heart of the Bionis. The pulsating life of Lord Zanza.
Quit your yapping and show yourself.
I await Your Highness here. There is something I wish to show you. Your friends are welcome to join you. That is, if they survive.
Lorithia, what are you planning?
Forget her for now. We must push on to the heart.
All right.
This place, I absolutely love its environment. It is so creepy, so freaking creative, so full of life, ironically. And it is just... You wouldn't think, but when you first entered the Bionis through the marsh, this is actually still accessible. If you would say hack the game and do a moon jump and access a little bit of a crev hole, this is all accessible. It's just that. And also, This is also one of the most frustrating areas in the entire game.
The most creative, but the most frustrating.
Yes. I love it and I hate it. Because, here's the thing. You see that geyser? Right there? That is your only hope of salvation. Alice, if I may, can I ask you to just please look around the area beneath you? All that is ether. If at any point during any platform you fall off or get knocked back in battle, which the enemies have a tendency to do in this stage, you're pretty much in deep, deep trouble. Anyway, these enemies, as you can probably tell, they are all cells, and they're not just for show. You might look at them immediately and think, oh, you know what, they're cells. They're probably just like weak stuff and whatnot. No, not really. They can take a few. They are pretty much similar to nebulas. They are not very effective against physical attacks, although they aren't as resistant as nebulas are. And luckily, they do not explode on impact. They do, however, issue a lot of hindrances on you. So I would recommend having a lot of ether usage on this. And I'm going to say right now, if you want to hope to build Colony 6 back up to full, you're going to need things here.
Yeah.
A lot of things. A lot of frustrating things. But we'll get into that when the time is right. But yeah, another reason why I love this is because the design of the enemies as well are so creative. If you have a cellular, and yes, in case you need to know, they are all based on cells and have cell puns to them. Even down to their archetype of cellular cells. It is such a humorous thing. I love it. The only thing that I can think of a negative is that their lighting is so weird, especially with the jelly cellulars here. It isn't quite obvious outright who has the aggro and what their front, back, and sides are. So my recommendation is to look at who has the aggro and work accordingly. But luckily though, we have
Active cells.
So we have active cells in amongst cells. Lovely. And Ricky also gets peekaboo, but we also got that. Yay. Most of the art books are able to be found here, although they are finite and so few and far in between. But as we keep going, no, we'll notice that's not the cells who are just here. Lorithia is amongst the worst because they're big, and we also have surprise blood cells or Largo cells.
Ambush enemies.
Yeah. And in case you're worried, the terrain we're in right now, oh, don't worry, it's not ether, it won't hurt you, it's just blood. We're just standing in blood. There's no other way I can really say it, just like, yeah, we are ankle deep in blood. Xander's blood. So can we be more morbid ourselves and says we drink the blood of our enemy? If I were to go to an archaic type, as I'm not going to.
I wonder if Shulk used Eater in here, would that hurt Zanza?
I think anything. I think just like chopping the ground, he would go, "Oh, that hurt! Ow!" And also,
Tap, tap, tap.
here's our first funny collectible. Tap, tap, tap. Because why not? Ha ha ha. Tap, tap. But I will say, as you look at this right here, a gape, and look at all the good stuff that they're dropping.
Yes! They're getting lucky, and I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Nope. Why do we feel lucky, and why do we sound so worried? Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, I have a rant and a half waiting, but again, I'll say that when the time is right. But one thing that I'm not going to complain on is getting a rare gem drops here. and getting an achievement which is crystallized luck. And as you can see, 7/7 Eve crystals. I think it would be insane if they were to ask you to get 7/7/7.
And I also noticed that we got Melia's skill branch achievement earlier.
Indeed, and we got another achievement which is in rare form. Wait, we got that already.
Oh, mine the rank 5 ether crystal.
There we go. I was wondering why that doesn't sound right. What gives? But yes, another achievement for Melly, which is has get her bog standard skill branches for fully max. And now that just leaves her optional ones, in which we'll get to very soon. But I just want to take a moment and just look up for a second, if that's alright, Alice. Look at this design. I say before we get attacked by a Lorithia, a Dracos. Nice, very nice. And this is one of the enemies that I think you should very much look out for. Because, of course, being a Lorithia, he can soul read, which can make misses very annoying. I say that as Fiora hits a massive amount. And this hit that move right there, Killer Die 4. Imagine if you were on that platform right there, and he did that. Yeah, goodbye. You are done. That could pretty much an insta kill, which is not good at all. Because I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna warn you. Spawn points in this place, they are so few and far in between, so I would watch yourself. And if you want to get rare, rare drops and rare collectibles, I would definitely recommend them getting on a solid platform.
Yeah.
And not at all here. Because as much as you want gold chests, I don't think you want to die.
Yeah, because I can just only imagine that there's probably been people who have lost golden chests in Ether Pit.
Yes, so much so. And this is one of those finite examples I think you should take caution. In this Impactia Tower, we have our first unique monster. So let's take him on, and let's see how it goes. Victorious Gross. A humorous and unique name, ha 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 ha. This guy, I'm gonna say right now, he's the least of your worries. But that doesn't mean you can take him lightly. Total Immunize 5, which is his art, his talent art. Guess what? It can knock you back. So good luck and also confuse you. If you were to have the most horrible luck, if you got inflicted with confuse and you would run around and then walk straight off, yeah, that can happen. That can happen. Antibody. No, I didn't repeat myself as much as you guys would not want to believe. It gives him physical protect up and agility up, making total immunize more likely to happen. And then finally, immunize with its bog standard. It can slow you down and can inflict lock on you. Which, I'll be honest, lock on doesn't really seem like much of a problem, because I feel like you would want to lock onto this guy. Because that would mitigate his ability to knock you back and blow you off. But yep, apart from that, he can be broken, and he unfortunately cannot be headshotted because, you know, he doesn't really have much of a head.
What unique monster can, though?
There are a few, but he's not one of them. And taking this guy down is not all bad. And yes, he does have total immunize 5 too. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Med is doing a jolly little dance. But he died, and we're okay as we pick up more active cells. Oh, the joy. And in case you need to know, because we got very lucky on that one, we got those art books. In case you need to know, the art books that he drops: Play Dead, Airfang, Shadow Eye, and Battle Eye. So you know what? I think we got the best out of all of them.
Yeah, again, we're getting lucky. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Especially what's coming up. Especially since we got Happy Duck. At least the duck's happy. At least it's now in Ricky's arms going. Mac mac.
Ricky don't like the happy duck.
That makes it even worse. But can I just ask the one question that's on my mind right now?
Mm-hmm.
How in the hell did a duck get in here? And why is it happy? I'm going to die, I'm going to die. I'm in a place where people want to kill me. Mac, mac, mac. Unless maybe it's the asshole goose. In which case, he would definitely be a pain in the arse to Zanza. Stealing all of his stuff and numbing on whatever limbs or cells he can find. Yes, I heavily appreciate that.
Oh my
Are
God.
you kidding me?
We found the 2 black liver beans for Colony 6. I can't wait to see the happy looks on everyone's faces.
What is this look that we are being given by? Well, it's obviously not the god of Zanza, but it's something. In case you didn't know, that is a pain in the ass collectible to find. It's
Second to the rainbow slug.
Yeah, black liver bean is a bane of people in Bionis. I cannot tell you the amount of people I've talked to, seen, and read that said, I hate the black liver bean, I just can't find it, I hate 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 it! But on that note though, I think we should end this episode before things get a chance to get out of hand. before, dare I say, we push our luck any further. We'll say though, love the intro to the Bionis interior, and can't wait to see more. I just hope we don't pay for anything. I think people who play this game fully well know what we mean. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, be sure to like it. If you like paying for something and want to dislike the video, then you are an instant fool. But if you want to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe to see more. And in the next episode, we shall be going further in as we spelunk the insides of our god. We're searching inside ourselves. We're seeing what the cells have in store for us.
I wish we could stop that heart though.
I think we know how. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you next time. It could have been helped a lot, actually, and not just for us. I'm small. The colonies might have been safer. Exactly. So you see why this is such a big deal to me. But I'm a big screw up, mate. You? What have you done wrong? I broke a promise I made to Fiora. I couldn't stop you getting hurt. You know, the time you were shot. There was nothing you could do. No one could have predicted him firing that shot. Not even me. He fooled us all. You say that, but I still broke a promise. I'll never forgive myself. Ryan, you can't beat yourself up. Don't you know how many times you've come to my rescue? And I'm not going to stop needing your help. Then I won't let you down again. Because if I do, you'll knock me for 10. You got that right. So I better watch your back while you watch mine. Then we'll go around in circles. Sounds like fun though. I like circles. They're kind of cool. They remind me of pie. Oh, Ricky like pie. Ricky like all kinds of pies. What kind of pie is your favorite, Ricky? Pie flavor. Being for the people we lost. Too many, if you ask me. What can you do? It's not me to use words like destiny and fate, but some things are just meant to be. Can't be helped. Yeah, that doesn't stop me from wishing things had been different. So, you remember the promise we made that day about destroying all the Mechon and stuff? Yeah, I remember. And afterwards I realised how wrong we were. Yeah, me too. At the time, all I could think about was making the Mechon pay. Turns out we're on the same side. We've all lost something or someone worth fighting for. Just like Egil. I'm glad we figured that out in the end. We did the right thing. Sure did. You know what else I think? I think we should stop making promises we don't intend to keep. It definitely couldn't hurt. And so we soldier on. You and me, saving the world. But what about Ricky? Ricky here too. In fact, Sharla, Fjord and Dundon here too. And Melly. Ricky miss Melly.